evening. Here's the news at 9. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu inaugurates 15 new locally made ferries in first phase of projects. President Tinubu signs bill returning old national anthem into law. On the foreign scene, southwest Iceland witnesses new volcanic eruption. And in sport, Saudi Arabia confirms rematch between boxing champion Alexander Usyk Tyson Fury in Riyadh. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. 1 year into his second term in office, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated 15 new locally made ferries called Omnibus in the first phase of the project. Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that the state's waterways is safe, reliable, and comfortable for passengers. Said his administration will ensure seamless integrated mass transportation system in the state and is dedicated to enhancing the quality of lives of Lagosians. The governor urged the regulatory agencies, Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, and National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, to ensure safety and reliability of the waterways are not compromised.
You need to have the safety component before you board any of our ferries. And I want to also talk to the private ferry operators. Please listen to your regulators. When they give you a time that you cannot fly on the waterways again, please stick with those regulated time. All of the unfortunate 1 or 2 fatality accidents that we have had on waterways in the last 1 year are people that have not listened to the rules.
In his remarks, Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, who said the newly introduced Omnibus ferries will help connect communities and reduce stress experienced on the roads. Noted that Lagos State government has witnessed more remarkable developments which represent a vibrant and resilient Lagos.
It is down to moment to reflect on the significance of this achievement. The Omnibus ferries symbolize more than just a mode of transport. They represent a vision for a vibrant, resilient, and forward-looking Lagos.
The General Manager, Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, Damilola Emmanuel, expressed joy and appreciation to Governor Sanwo-Olu for making the launch of the 15 made in Lagos eco-friendly ferries tagged Omnibus possible in collaboration with Carbontin Marines. According to him, through safety awareness strategies, the number of passengers plying the waterways has increased and accidents reduced. Hence, the effort to enhance capacity to serve the growing number of commuters who rely daily on water transportation.
Our goal is to provide a viable alternative mode of transportation, thereby contributing to the economic growth and ecological sustainability of Lagos State.
Our correspondent, Adiola Kindele, reports that with the ecosystem-friendly ferries built to carry 40 passengers each on a trip, the state government expressed its unwavering commitment to unparalleled innovation strategies to make water transportation viable in the states. A free medical outreach aimed at providing essential healthcare services to 50,000 Lagos residents will begin tomorrow. The initiative, which will hold in all 6 health districts, is in fulfillment of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's promise during his February 22 media chat as part of the broader Eco Cares program aimed at reducing the hardship of the present economic situation on residents. Beneficiaries will receive free checkups and treatments, including blood sugar and blood pressure checks, HIV counseling and testing, eye examinations, and free glasses. There will also be treatment of minor ailments, free medications, health insurance, and LASTRA registration. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Motosho, who highlighted the government's commitment to improving healthcare access for all residents, said each health district will host 4 outreach events in the first phase, targeting around 1,000 citizens per event for approximately 25,000 individuals. Lagos State government has assured parents of pupils seeking admission into the 16 model colleges and upgraded junior secondary schools in the year 2024-2025 academic session that the results of the test conducted by the Lagos State Examinations Board at the 5 CBT designated centers will reflect the true performance of the candidates. Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education in the state, Jamiu Tolani Alibalogun, gave the assurance during the flag-off ceremony for the CBTS entrance examination for pupils seeking admission into the model colleges and upgraded junior secondary schools across the state. Ali Balogun stated that the examination was conducted through CBT to eradicate all forms of abuse and malpractices usually associated with such examinations in the past. He pointed out that the result of the examination will be generated immediately, adding that there will be no room for manipulation or alteration of the results of candidates. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has signed the National Anthem Bill 2024 into law. This was announced by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio during the joint plenary attended by President Tinubu. The bill seeks to reinstate the old anthem, Nigeria, We Hail Thee. A final answer to the passage of the bill will bring about a shift from the now recognized Arise, O Compatriots. The bill was rapidly cleared by both the Senate and the House of Representatives. The federal government has expressed its commitment to seeing the end of torture in places of detention where persons do not have the freedom to live at their own will. The Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Justice, Beatrice Jedi Agba, stated this at the sensitization and advocacy workshop for law enforcement agencies and other critical stakeholders on the United Nations Convention Against Torture in Abuja. Jedi Agba noted that the sensitization forms part of measures aimed at eradicating the use of torture by public officials, describing the act as cruel, inhumane, and degrading. According to her, information extracted from a suspect through torture is not admissible by law. She noted that the law on preventing the use of torture will be expanded to include psychiatric hospitals, detention facilities, and others. And now to foreign news. Another volcanic eruption has begun in southwest Iceland, forcing the evacuation of the famous geothermal Blue Lagoon Spa and the small fishing town of Grindavik. The new feature opened up near Sudalugsgiga on the Regins Peninsula, the fifth eruption in the area since December. The Icelandic Meteorological Office, IMO, said the fissure is no longer than 2.5 kilometers and is continuing to grow. Officials also reported intense earthquake activity prior to the eruption. Most of the 4,000 residents of the nearby town of Grindavik were permanently evacuated in November, prior to the eruptions in December, January, February, and March. The National Police Commissioner said it had put the civil defense on an emergency footing. Iceland has 33 active volcano systems and sits over what is known as the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, the boundary between two of the largest tectonic plates on the planet. A person has been killed after ending up in the running jet engine of KLM passenger plane at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport. The death happened at the KL 1341 flight was getting ready to fly to Billund, Denmark. The airline said it was taking care of passengers and employees who witnessed the incident and it was investigated. Netherlands military police also said it had started an investigation. The disease has not yet been identified and authorities say it is too early to say whether it was an accident or a form of suicide. Now sports. The chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, Turki Al-Askid, has confirmed a rematch between undisputed heavyweight champion Olesand Usyk and Tyson Fury slated for 21st of December in Riyadh. It will be recalled that the last time both fighters met, Usyk defeated Fury by splitting decision to become the first undisputed champion of the four belts era on 18th May. Allah Skilled, via his official X handle, stated that no venue has been picked for the rematch. The contest will give Brighton Fury, 35, the opportunity to gain revenge after tasting defeat for the first time in his 16-year professional career against Usyk. And that's our news, but just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, Traffic Radio 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 250 residents in an entrepreneurship mentorship program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. 1 year into his second term in office, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated 15 new locally made ferries called Omnibus in the first phase of the project. President Bola Tinubu has signed the National Anthem Bill 2024 into law. We also tell you that another volcanic eruption has begun in southwest Iceland, forcing evacuation of famous geothermal Blue Lagoon Spa and the small fishing town of Gridavik. And in sports, the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, Turki Alaski, has confirmed the rematch between undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury slated for 21st of December in Riyadh. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashire. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.